One of my homies just got killed, like on Western and 108th. So yeah, gun violence is a bad thing over there. It's a problem. A lot of people get killed for no reason, especially in that area. But yeah.
It's real difficult to make changes when people don't understand and don't have the educational knowledge of what's really going on.
I was really animated about how come nobody ever doing anything about this community. It's unincorporated and one of the smallest in Los Angeles County, but was one of the deadliest for like 7 years. And I saw it go around, how come nobody come help Westmont, this area over here. Never could get nothing, until I ran into Nicole Cruz from LA Times.
We looked at data since 2000, so it was 2000 to 2013, and found that the small kind of slice of unincorporated county area called Westmont was the deadliest neighborhood. In general, I think people are drawn to using guns because they feel like they don't have an alternative. I think it comes from childhood trauma. I think it comes from a lack of anger management, comes from a lack of education.
We have a lot of people that was killed in a small area, and there's nothing been done about it. I mean, our schools was dismantled. Wasn't dealing with the situation. So now you have all these families that's over here that never received the proper help, to start the healing of losing a loved one. So you just in a community where you see all the people that you grew up with that got killed. You can look at every corner store. I know, remember, he got killed here, he got killed there. So, but there was nothing being addressed. So these things had to be addressed, and only you need somebody with a clinical background, but you also need somebody that come from that culture. But if we're not here to talk to that young man or woman, to tell him like he would want to do something different, not to follow in his footsteps. Somebody else gonna tell him something negative, what he gonna be like his daddy, he gonna emulate him. And next thing you know, he gonna be dead or he gonna be sitting in prison.
The way youth have been affected by gun violence in Westmont is they get involved with the wrong crowd. Either you lose a friend because of a gunshot or something, or he goes to jail for hanging out with the wrong crowd, trying to be, basically a follower. And it affects people because one youth sees it and then the other youth want to go along with it too and try it out.
As we know, and me and him know, and most of the gang members know in that community, your relationship starts in elementary and moves to middle school. And the people you was friends with in middle school, by the time you get to high school, now you're enemies. So we know that we have to be there, to be that bridge to make sure we keep these kids focused and not turn on each other. Because everybody got sucked into a war that had nothing to do with us. But now we took them over and we started shooting and killing each other. It has been a lot of dead people in that community.
Guns is a crucial part of gangs. Gangs always going to try to get a hold of guns to order, do what they do in the streets. But a lot of times you really look at it as the person behind a gun, because an owner can need a gun to order to protect his household. Then a person that want a gun to order to use it for a different purpose, for a negative purpose. So it's always behind the person that's behind the gun. Guns plays a big part in a community like ours, because predominantly it's gangs that's infested in our community. But you go into other communities where there's not gangs, but you have different elements that goes on, either mentally challenged people or people are enraged about certain situations or certain issues of America, what's going on in America now, and even with law enforcement, things that are going on with law enforcement. People are fed up about certain situations.
What makes people use guns is revenge. The reason why I say is revenge because, if a police was to shoot your friend, you would want to try to go shoot the police, or if another guy shot your homie, you would try to go shoot up his homies. Even if it was the person who shot your friend, you just gonna go try to shoot up people that was in that area or gang.
We can motivate the community to address gun violence by, first off, making them aware of it. I think awareness is the first step. Education, I would think, would come next.
When you know better, you do better. And so that's what we always gonna have to fight against, and it's educating the community. You know, and so you want to educate a part of the community to deal with the violence, you might as well get the ones that was the best at it. Because it's almost like an addiction. And some people can't let it go because they're addicted to it.
It's crazy out there. Like once it's night, you can't even walk. Like you can't even take a walk around the block because you never know what could be around the corner. They say you could get into a crossfire or somebody runs up to you, try to rob you, and you try to fight him back, and they probably got a gun and they could kill you or anybody else.
A lot of times, what I hear from the youth is that a lot of the shootings goes on, and a lot of the kids are getting guns based upon either for protection for themselves because they just seen their best friend getting killed. Now they gotta, go get a gun to order to protect themselves. And then you got the other ones that's out there trying to get guns to order to retaliate for it. And then the gangs itself already got guns. They just trying to recruit and trying to get more guns to continue to do what they do out there in the streets. But majority of the fact that the youth, I remember a time too, being young and had to protect myself, had to go get a gun. Or take a gun to the school just because enemies or whatever might be coming up to the school or whatever. So these kids got a lot to face now.
Some positive things that come to mind when I think about Westmont is, it's a good area. At least there's a college around. That's a good thing at least. That way there people that surround there, they could just walk up down the street to Southwest. And I also want to go to Southwest too. I got some cousins that went to Southwest, so I plan on going there. And it's right down the street, so hopefully I'm still living in that area. I don't plan on moving myself. It's a good area. It's just that sometimes people make bad decisions and they just get the area a bad reputation. That's pretty much it.